All right, so week 2 prep went way better than week 1, in my opinion. Squats were still feeling a little rough, if you remember from week 1, but I kind of changed my programming a little bit, worked around it, and we made them work. And then I just finished week 3 squats yesterday, and honestly, they felt way better. I'll kind of talk about what I've been doing to help out my hips because I've been having like a hip pain issue. Let's get into it. All right, once again, we got a lot of music going in the gym, so I can't really play the audio. But squats this week, I lowered 170 kilograms, 374 pounds for 6. And this is kind of how I figured out, okay, let's try to figure out my cues. What was I using before my high bar stint? And lower the weight, and let's just work on what I'm doing. My hips were still in pain, hip flexors, not as bad, but still in pain. And as you can see here, I think the biggest thing is how close my feet are. I think I'm still closer together to like my high bar stance than I would my old low bar stance. And I think you can definitely, if we watch my older videos, you can definitely tell that it's just uncomfortable. I think it's squishing my hips, my hip flexors specifically there, and it's just not allowing me to get down to that full depth that I like. Or something that Ed Cohen likes to say, like spread your taint. And a good way for me to that is if I have my feet a little bit farther out, I can spread my legs out a little bit farther. But overall, they felt they felt better than the 418. Let's move on to the bench press. So bench pressing this week was a little bit different than my programming typically is. Usually, you do a top set and then you do like 4, 5, 6 back offs or drop sets. This week my programming didn't have that for some reason. That's the first time I've ever seen it do that. I just had 5 straight up sets of 242 pounds, 110 kilograms, 242 pounds for 6. So I think for volume wise, that's easily the most weight I've done with volume. I think before this, it may be like a 225 for 5 or something for like 3 sets of 5 or 4 sets of 5, but 5 sets of 6, 242. And for the most part, maybe like the last set or two, I didn't do a complete pause on my chest, but for the most part, I kept it to like a comp standard, and I felt really good. I don't remember any negatives coming from this. Just I remember I was fucking exhausted. That's a lot. I think that's the most volume I've ever done on bench with that amount of weight before. That's a good sign. The issue I'm still kind of figuring with bench is like 242 still feels kind of heavy to me, but I can do it for 5 sets of 6. I mean, that's 30 reps. I don't feel like it should feel that heavy, but it just does. So that's something I'm gonna have to mentally get past. Pushing up to like 315 or 320. It's gonna feel heavy, but it's capable. It's within the realm of accomplishing it. So I feel like this is a good standard. I'm curious what I'm going to push for. I haven't done this week 3, but it's gonna be like a PR attempt or an RPE 10 attempt. I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be like 255 to 260 for 6, which is kind of insane. See the deadlifts. So this week's deadlifts were very strong. Probably some of the strongest I've ever been on deadlifts, even with a little butt issue. This 222.5 kilograms, 490 pounds. You can kind of see I do them. I think the last 2 reps are a little bit more stiff legged than I would hope, but I think overall they felt really good. I think I do need it might be time to loosen up my belt a little bit. I think that was a little tight, and it did cause me to like not. I was able to get as big as a breath out as I would want, but solid first rep. It took me a second to get my breath back. But as you can see, I'm getting a little bit more stiff legged. I'm not able to get down in that hole as I'd like, which is kind of keeping my chest a little bit more downward than upward. But overall, I mean, that's a solid set of 5 with 490 in my opinion. Probably the up. It's either tied with the most volume and weight as I done, or like a little bit above the most I've ever done. So I'm curious. I haven't done like a 1 rep max on deadlift in a long time, and I'm you know last my max is 565 at competition. So I think I'm in the realm of 580, 600. I don't think that would be too far to say. Definitely with reps, I feel like I could get that now, but we'll see in a couple months. And I got about 3 months till my competition. I got 123 days until my actual powerlifting meet, so we got a lot of time to remember cues, get our body feeling great again, and to break PRs. So appreciate everyone watching. Thank you very much. Y'all have a great day.